Hello, everyone. This is Zami Eccles-Irwin from FilmFestivalCircuit.com and the Assistant Director of the Portland Comedy Film Festival. We are gearing up for our Spring 2023 season, which is going to screen on May 21st at the beautiful, historic Clinton Street Theater. Today, I'm talking to Luke Bowden, who has a participating film. Luke is the creator, writer, and producer of The Bright Side. Luke, thank you so much for talking with me today.
Sayami, thank you for having me.
So, what inspired you to write The Bright Side?
The inspiration behind this was, in a word, hypocrisy. It was taking the idea of these sanctimonious and self-righteous politicians and religious leaders and social media influencers and kind of creating a character who is put into a world where he is trying to become successful, preaching something that he disagrees with. That being a self-help book that he wrote when he was blackout drunk.
Okay, that's interesting. I love that. That's a good premise. Um, I'm kind of curious. So it's kind of poking critique, poking fun at these bigger institutions, these people who are hypocritical and they go to the podium, they say things and they act a different way. And I'm kind of curious, well, what's it like writing a sort of satire in that way? Obviously, your character is different. It's veiled from these large institutions, but what's that like?
Well, yeah, that's kind of exactly it. You see these people in front of the camera on stage in the spotlight, and they say and do things that are completely different than things that they say or do when they're out of the spotlight. And so we're kind of looking at it, the behind the scenes, the backstage of what these people are actually like before they go and preach whatever it is they're preaching. So it's a lot of contrast, and it provides conflict, and it gives us an opportunity to kind of approach ideas that we can do and make fun of and make it satirical and make it funny, but that are serious issues and things that actually need to be discussed. And hopefully people will kind of look at that and laugh, but also be able to think and kind of expand that thought to the bigger institutions outside of just what the self-help genre or whatever it is we're talking about.
Totally.
It's fun. It's a cool way to do it, and kind of just you get sick of all these seeing all these people basically bullshit on TV, and so it's kind of like this is what
Absolutely.
actually happens behind the scenes.
Totally. That's great. So you have the three core actors here, and they all have such great chemistry together. I'm kind of wondering, what was it like on set with that? I feel like it seems fun. It seems like it had a lot of good energy. What was that like? Do you have any stories from the set?
Yeah, so it was the first film that we'd made. Our actors were all experienced, but the producers and our director were pretty green. So learning experience for sure. The first day was chaotic, no doubt. We were all kind of scrambling to figure out what was going on. And then once we settled in and we actually kind of started having more fun with it, and we can kind of see, obviously we know what was filmed on which day, but we think that the stuff filmed on day 2 and 3 and 4 was a lot more natural, a lot more
Mm,
fun, better energy, just because, behind this camera, we were just having a better time. We were interacting with the actors more. The whole cast and crew were getting along. So yeah, that chemistry definitely became more noticeable in the later days of shooting. But the actors are great. The yeah, so the main leads, the husband and, or sorry, Bree and John, who played
mhm.
George and Eleanor, they're actually married in real life.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're husband and wife.
Hence
Um,
the true chemistry.
yeah, exactly right.
Awesome.
Yeah, so you get that when she gets mad at him, you can see some real motivation behind that,
Right.
and
That's
the
great.
underlying romance as well.
Totally. So I'm wondering if you pulled away any insight from this, from making this film. You said some people were green, some people were experienced. Did you learn anything from this process?
The biggest thing I learned was probably that as the writer, I am the least important person in the entire
Oh.
process. Um, it's one thing to have a script, but the amount of people that contributed to the final product of actually from casting all the way up to post production, there are so many people involved and so many people that contributed and so many different artistic minds. So yeah, it was definitely humbling, I guess, to know that writing is just the first of basically 1,000 steps towards actually
Right.
putting something on TV or producing something. But yeah, otherwise it was just a lot of friends coming together, a lot of great people, a lot of people donating their time, just because they liked the project and liked what we were doing. So no, definitely things we would have done differently, knowing what we know now. But overall, we're pretty happy with how things turned out.
Excellent. And I feel like that is kind of the common thread, talking to many independent shorts creators. It is that like you have to give into the teamwork. There is this collaborative element that's always going to impact the final product, and that's kind of the beauty of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially when you get so many, everyone's an artist.
Right.
Whether it's the actors, the director of photography, the director, everyone has their own vision, and uh, and then obviously as the writer, my vision is a little bit different from everyone else's, and so trying to bring those visions together and keep everyone happy, I guess, but give everyone a chance to kind of express the way they see things. And we had disagreements on set whether the direction to take, the way lines should be said,
Mm,
the way scenes should be shot, or the lighting. Um, yeah, every step of the way there was give and take, there's back and forth, and we were lucky enough to have a really good team, and that was a big part of. I mean, that was the entire reason why this turned out the way it did. And it's kind
totally.
of funny. It started with my partner and I, Chad Cole, who directed. It was just him and I sitting in the bar, basically. I had the
Mm,
script and we wanted to produce it. And uh, started with us reaching out to one person, and then they knew another person. And the whole thing kind of was just I might know somebody who can do that. And yeah, we started with two of us and built a whole team around that kind of idea of just people people knowing people and coming
totally.
together.
I love that. Well, so what are you working on next? Obviously, this is making the festival run. Do you have any other shorts in the works?
Um, we stuff on paper so far.
Okay,
This was basically the last year of my life. Just kind of putting this pilot together and
totally.
creating the like I said, from writing it to actually producing it, a lot of steps in between.
Yeah,
Uh, so yeah, so we're thinking about maybe doing another pilot, filming it. I just have to wrap my head around putting the time and energy into producing another thing.
yeah.
Um, and then yeah, in the meantime, just trying to get this up and running, trying to do the festival circuit and see what comes of it.
Excellent. Well, is there anything else you'd like to add about the bright side?
Not much. Yeah, no, we're just excited to be in the festival and appreciate you guys taking the time to reach out to us and include us and everything. Um, and yeah, we're in Canada. The entire team. We live in Vancouver,
Okay.
and we're planning to come down for the festival for the weekend.
Awesome. Oh, that's incredible. Well,
Yeah,
well, thank you so much for chatting with me. It's been a pleasure. I'm very excited to put this on the big screen, May 21st at the Clint Street Theater, and I look forward to seeing you there, Luke.
yeah. Hope to meet you in person, Sammy.
Thank you. Have a good one.
You as well. Thank you very much.
Bye.